What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to SMITE Meta Casual News. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the league changes, and then we'll focus the rest of the episode on the brand new Siege mode. Once again, my name is FG3000, you're you, and here comes the news. Now, before we get into the news, let's talk about the current logo design contest. If you're not familiar, right now, take a look at that logo in the upper left-hand corner. Right now, I am running a contest to redesign the SMITE Meta Casual News logo. If you are selected as a winner, you will win 1,500 gems and a Guan Yu skin code. So, in today's episode, what I'm going to do, now keep in mind the contest is not final. No winner has been selected. A winner will be chosen next Sunday, this coming Sunday. But throughout this episode, what I'm going to do is show a few of the logos that I like so far in the upper left-hand corner. We'll cycle through them throughout the episode, so be on the lookout for your logo. If your logo is shown, that means you're one step closer to those gems. And now, let's get to the news. First news item this week comes from Mr. High-Res Chris, bringing the spoils this week via Twitter, via Twitch, via any place that you can via. He via'd it. This is about League version 2. Now, we all know this is coming. This coming patch, we'll learn a lot more about it on Friday's patch notes, but what we know today is there's no 10 game requirement. There is an elo decay. It's very, very similar to what they do in StarCraft and League of Legends with a few Smite enhancements. And coolest thing about this is they're going to continue to add on this as well as rewards. So we should see a lot of improvements coming to League. This is a big sore spot for myself. I don't really like the current League iteration that's in the game right now. So I'm hoping that this brings a whole new wave of players, a whole new way to play. Very, very much looking forward to it. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And that's League. Now let's talk about this brand new Siege mode that Hi-Res has been teasing us with all week long. They've released a slew of screenshots, a few old ones that I'm going to post on the screen first, and a few new ones. They've also released the concept art for the minions, which look fantastic. They look like a bunch of mini chalks running around. I can't wait to kill them. Now, let's focus on the actual mini-map itself. Now, right now I'm going to show you the untouched version of this mini-map. Clear as day, you can see that there's two lanes. In the middle, there is a pretty intricate jungle, and then in the dead center, there is an objective that obviously that we're going to be fighting for, or maybe that's where the siege minion is going to spawn from. Not sure, but that's what we can take from this map here. Now, if you look at this version of the map, this comes from a Reddit user by the name of A-Bomb. He attempted to fill in what he thought all the objectives and the towers would fit into in this map. I pretty much agree with him. Hi-Res has already come out and said that he's very, very close. The only thing that I think would be different maybe is where the locations of the buff camps are, but all in all, this is basically what the map is going to look like. Now, if you focus on the Chaos side, protecting the Titan itself is two Phoenixes, which we know. The first two buff camps are going to be blue, which I still feel like that's going to be correct, but I can be wrong. Right in the center, you have R and Y, which dictate the red and the yellow buff, the damage and the speed buff. To the left of the blue, you have two towers. To the left and the right of the red buff, you also have two towers. Now, dead center, this is where the objective is going to be. Like I said, it's going to be something very, very similar to some type of fire giant, some type of gold fury. Maybe this is where the siege minion spawns. I have no idea, but that is where the actual center objective is going to be. And if you look to the left and to the right of the center objective, I believe those will also be like the mid camps, right? Something for the junglers to come out and contest. That is our guess. This is what we think. It's going to make a pretty interesting jungle route because it looks like the buffs are very, very close. But of course, this map doesn't really put the scale into question. We don't know how big the jungles actually are. We do know that they're actually pretty dark based off of the screenshots that were teased before. So, and what I mean by dark, it looks very claustrophobic, right? That people could just jump out of nowhere. So, all in all, pretty interesting. This is getting me a little bit more excited. Like I've hinted in previous episodes, I'm a Conquest man. Through and through, I'm a Conquest man. So this kind of stuff doesn't interest me fully, but it's getting there. Just the new graphics, the new minions, the new ideas, the new objectives. I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely going to be playing this map a little bit. I'll be recording videos, of course. That is a brand new map. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about this version of the mini-map and the locations of things. Do you think this is the right way to go? Do you think that A-Bomb got it wrong? Let me know. That's it for the mini-map. That's it for Siege. Yeah. And rounding out today's episode is the community section. And today is based off of you. the viewer, and your questions. Questions like this that come from Samuel. He asks, what do you think about Zhongqi? I really like playing with him because of how unorthodox he is. But with all the changes they've done to him, they have basically made him unviable. Now, let's talk about Mr. Zhongqi. Now, if you are familiar with the normal conquest win rates that I posted in the last episode. If you're not familiar, I'll post another one right here for you. Zhongqi has an abysmally low win rate in comparison to all the other gods. Now, why is that? Well, reasons why: he doesn't really belong in the mid. He doesn't have a pure escape like a Scylla does. He doesn't have an escape like an Agni does. So that puts him in a lot of danger as far as being in the mid. Now, having escape isn't the only prerequisite of a god being good in the mid. Another good part of being a good mid is being able to secure mid camps. Now, AO, for example, can safely throw his tornado from a distance, securing mid camps from an opposing enemy. Now, Zhongqi doesn't really have that. Zhongqi has to put himself into danger to secure those mid camps. So he doesn't have an escape, and he doesn't have a safe way to secure mid camp. So he doesn't really belong in mid. You can put him there, but he's not the best. Now, a lot of people get those two confused. Can Zong mid? Yes, he can mid. Is he not? He's not better than other mids that are there, other mids that you're going to be going against. So that's a point. That's something I want you to differentiate when you're thinking about what gods go where. Now, let's talk about Zhongqi and the solo lane. Same thing kind of happens these days because the solo lane has started to change a little bit. You're starting to see Ra over there quite a bit. Same problems he has over there in the mid lane, he has over there in the solo lane. He doesn't really have to worry about mid camps, but he gets outpushed. He gets outpushed very, very, very hard. And the reasons for that is because he, once again, has to put himself in danger to clear the wave. If you're not familiar with Zhongqi, he walks up to the wave, he throws his card so he can hit the front minions and the back. So he has to be positioned in the front of the wave. He has to walk very, very close. Once again, you compare that to Ra, who just throws a beam from a distance. You compare that to Scylla, who can throw her crush from a distance. It's safer. Now, Zhongqi's not done. He's not done. He just threw his card on all the minions. Now he has to walk over to the side of the minion wave and then do his 2, which basically sucks the cards off of them, gives them some protections, gives them some heals, but he has to do 2 abilities to clear the wave. Now he has no poke potential. Now he's in danger 2 times. If you're going against someone that has really short cooldowns, like a Chang'e, for example, Chang'e can very, very much wow, let's get the sentence out, FG. Chang'e can punish Zong on every aspect, right? When he's walking up, she can slap him in the face. When he gets on the side, she can slap him in the face again because her cooldowns are so short. So Zong is in a very, very poor position right now. His team fight is still pretty decent, but once again, he's not as tanky as he used to be. Putting Zong in the middle of a team fight, unless you are just incredibly fed, is a death wish. So this is why I agree with you. I don't think Zong is very, very viable. Once again, anybody can play anybody, right? Someone's going to post in the comment section right now that they've had unbelievable success with Zong, and I'm not going to disagree. But compared to other gods in the game in mid, and compared to other gods in the game in solo, he just no longer compares. And now, with all the changes to his ultimate, he's not even worth carrying into the mid and late game now. He's not even worth it. So I don't think Zong's the top pick. I completely understand why he's at the bottom of the rankings when it comes to the win rates. That's my take on Zong. I'd love to hear your feedback. Didn't mean to go that long, but there you go. And that's going to do it for today's episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. Hope you enjoyed. We shall see you again, most likely this weekend on Sunday-ish, when the PTR has a build up and available that we can kind of deep dive into. Get you some new and fresh, juicy news on the new god Osiris. That's going to be awesome. But until then, my friends, this has been SMITE Meta Casual News. My name is FG3000, you're you, and that was the news.